everyone, Saltyhead here on a new adventure. On this video, we're going to take you out to the Great Salt Marsh here in Eastham, Massachusetts on Cape Cod. And we're going to check out some gray seals. We're going to take you horseshoe crabbing. We're going to show you lots of different shorebirds and lots of beautiful scenery. So please join me on another wonderful adventure with Saltyhead. And here on Cape Cod, shellfishing is a very important economic generator. And it goes back to the early Americans, and they used to dig clams and quahogs, and they used the shells as money, and they called it wampum, and that's how they used to trade. And you have these beautiful walking paths that go around Salt Pond, all the way out to the ocean, and along the way they have interpretive signs to tell you about the history of this area. Whenever you go out in a kayak, you always want to make sure you have a life preserver. Very important. I also have these things here. These are seat cushions, but you can also use them as a flotation device. So just another way to save your life in case something should happen. And this is the Salt Pond Visitor Center here at the Cape Cod National Seashore. And this is a great place to start your adventure, pick up some maps, and get some information about the park. And here in the National Seashore, there's all these hiking trails. This one runs along the Marsh, and there's lots of bird life here. And it's just teeming with nature and beautiful views. And looking out towards Nauset Beach, that's where we're heading. And right here along the path is a bittersweet berry. Very beautiful in the fall, very colorful. And here at the seashore, here's a ranger-led activity, and they're taking them out to the marsh where we're heading. And here we have the common tern, found here at the seashore, and they fly up to about 40 feet high. And they dive down into shallow water and prey on fish and small crustaceans. It's right next to me too. Look at that. So you can see the bottom. It's only about 4 or 5 inches deep here. There's lots of minnows. But if you notice, there's no eelgrass, which is what I'm looking for. The reason why I'm looking for eelgrass is because that's where the scallops live, and I was hoping to find some. And this is the cormorant, which is an expert at deep diving for small fish, crustaceans, frogs, and clams. And here we have the herring gull and the great cormorant resting on a sandbar. So it's like a maze here. Very, I thought I was closer to the ocean, but it still keeps going. So here we have the horseshoe crab. We have another one, male and female. Isn't that cool? And they're out here in the marsh. We'll bring him over here and put him next to his buddy. He wants to get out of here. what you're seeing here is an oyster grant where the federal government leases the land to shell fishermen where they can raise their oysters for market. And as you can see, it goes for quite a distance, at least a football field of traps where they can raise their catch. Everybody's just hanging out today. These little guys, huh? Going with the current now, flying down this little stream here.
And here on the barrier beach, living amongst the dune grass, is the dusty miller plant. And this is the beach pea plant. I turned my back for 2 minutes and my boat floated away. Now I don't know what to do.
So glad to see you guys.
Tie the bow in here. Alright, you will be good to go. Climb right in. Watch yourself, sir.
Well, I just got back to Salt Pond and I had to get rescued. I lost my boat. And what happened was I went for a long walk out on the Nauset beach and I was checking out the seals and I lost track of time and the tide came in. And by the time I got back to my kayak, it was almost totally in the water. And so I got up to the boat, it was still there. I turned around to grab my tripod and a gust of wind came and it blew it into the current and off it went, and there was no way I could swim after it because the current was too strong. So I called 911 and they came and rescued me. But I'm safe and sound. They got the boat and it was quite the ordeal. But I just want you to be safe. You know, things happen. But one thing I realized that I need to do is when I go on an adventure, I need to let somebody know where I'm at, because if I hadn't had the juice left of the cell phone to make that call to 911, I would have been stuck out there overnight, and that wouldn't have been very nice. So I hope you enjoyed this adventure, and until next time, this is Saltyhead, and we'll see you on the next one. Folks, check this out. These guys got canoe stabilizers. Look at that, and they come right off, and then you can put your canoe on your car and go home. But to keep the canoe very stable for your dogs, right?
That's it. Everything for the dog. Everything for the dog.
Yeah.